Alright, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Alright, check. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Unite under the armed force! Keep that march!
Alright, let's try this again. Alright.
They found us!
Gonna need help in town, boys.
Enemy artillery's got a bead on us!
Fucking hate artillery.
The enemy knows our location. Looks like that one went right through. Ready to fire! They found us! Penetration. They destroyed one of our tanks. Enemies got us in their sights. That's gotta hurt. Heads up, artillery. Reloaded. Enemy artillery's got us pegged. Focus on this area. The enemy knows our location.
Well, boys, I don't want to say it, but you suck. There goes town and the match. Alright, so what do we have? Full Hell Fury. Let's see. Let's find people that are sitting on their ass. Let's see. about to lose our heavy. Alright, that's game, boys.
Keep fighting until German victory is assured! Unite under the Iron Cross! Team Deathmatch!
Alright, men, we've got enemies in the area. We either have to take them all out or capture their base. Let's roll. Been detected.
I like it how we still have 3 heavies camping the base.
No, it's people that do that every
Yeah.
The enemy knows our location. 0 penetration.
Stug 3.
Punched a hole in their armor. He's gone.
I'll try. Stug 3's dead.
Got us in their sights. Got an enemy here. That got him.
And we're gonna lose town badly. Yep, there goes town.
Vehicle's finished.
So let me get this straight. We have a Hellcat and a T1 Heavy that aren't playing. That's great. Great. Hey, gentlemen, I know it's a lost cause, but we're about to lose the flag. Just saying. Well, Louis' experience, so. Let's try it again. Need to learn patience. Okay. I'm letting that soak. It's 6 hours. Okay. Mom taught me these things. Learn them. Oh yeah, I know sign language. Hey game, this is one of those moments where you should just put us in a 3, 4, and 5 battle. Just saying.
Unite under the Iron Force! Team Deathmatch!
We've got enemies incoming. Either take them out or capture their base. Let's go. They found us. Ready to fire. We got a damaged frag.
Good job. Moving. Moving to intercept the DW.
Looks like that one went right through. Load it up. Let it rip.
Come here, DW. I like that other TV show.
Enemies got us in their sights. We pierced their armor. Enemy vehicle destroyed. Ready to fire on target.
Yeah, martyr. I'm gonna two-shot your ass, but you know, okay, whatever.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Next.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, we won. Holy shit. That's amazing. I got a good song for us.
Victory belongs to Germany!
Finally. Gee willikers. Oh, by the way, I'm not a Nazi sympathizer. Just saying. It's just part of the role play. Anyway. Yeah, finally we have some crew experience. I will survive, that's right. Shell proof. Okay. Man, that was rough. But no. I hate the Nazis. They're idiots. However, me and a couple of our guys, I don't know if anybody's seen Helsing Ultimate Abridged or whatever, but anyway, we like the Galactic Empire, Star Wars, and so what we do is we actually role play, and when it comes to Call of Duty games, and this game in particular, we like the German tanks. So we're, German. And I'm 1/4 German, so we can't really avoid that. But as far as, being a Nazi is concerned, no. I'll kill Nazis for a living, okay? But the sound effects that I was playing are from Call of Duty World at War. And I actually liked being on the German team in World at War. And that's where we get all the sound effects and the victory song and all that crap. But before anybody goes in the comments section and goes, David's a Nazi. No. You idiot. Pay attention. Just because I like German tanks and German engineering doesn't mean I support the Nazis. There's a difference. That's like saying... I like toys that are made in China, but I don't like Chinese. Okay? I like the Chinese. I'm just using this as a contrast. Anyways, I'm going to kick butt and shoot bubblegum. Let's take out the Fury. Oh, yeah. Let's go. So. I think I'll play one more game for today, and then I want to do something else before I go back to work. I just hope somebody actually delivered the citation for me. Because if they haven't delivered the Jace's citation... oh, by the way, Jace Wallace, if you're watching this... you got a citation, buddy. Eating sunflower seeds on the bus yesterday. Interesting. Hello. What's up, guys? Let's play a little sound effect.
Alright, man, we've got enemies in the area. We either have to take them all out or capture their base. Let's roll.
If I can get riled up or something. Get up that hill, soldier! Hang on, Cromwell, I'm coming. Oh my God, who's got the echo? All right. Mic check. Okay, it's the U guy. Or ULC guy, Doom 963. Mute his ass.
The enemy knows our location. Target locked. Punched a hole in their armor.
Okay, I've lost my gunner. Alright, I'm gonna mute him too, 'cause he's annoying. Okay. Ooh, T-29. Interesting.
Loaded and ready. On this area. They found us.
We're probably gonna lose this fight. Haha, waste premium ammo.
Enemies got us in their sights.
Uh-huh.
We've got a lock. Ready to fire. We pierced them.
There goes the match. This is what happens when you don't go south on this map. Stand by for the loser song. Whatever. I think I'm done for the day. I'd picture Sean Bean in the middle of the room doing something totally fucking irrelevant. Lol. I need to tone down the cussing, I really do. No, I could have taken my AT-8 out. Except it's the TankBowl, so it's only US and Russia. It's like, whatever. Oh yeah, I got my Tier 1 back. I decided to keep this tank because this thing's a little punk. That's like a Tier 3 micro mouse. It's ridiculous. I finally have my Cruiser 5.4. Tiger 131. Oh yes. Where's the Mac? Is it the yeah, that one. Boom. And mount it. Yep, boom. Yes! 88 long barrel on the Tiger P. Alright, now we're gonna have some fun. 45, 120, 203, 240. There we go. Now we're gonna have some fun. Let's see. Yep, so finally, max cannon on Tiger P. Now this should be fun. With the upgraded turret too, so. Yeah. I had the Tiger 2, the E75, and the E100. I sold them all because... Oh look, unite, run to the Iron Cross, team deathmatch. That's why I was using it. I had the E100, the E75, and the Tiger 2. Before... Alright, so about 2 or 3 months ago, Wargaming added, they added the VK100P, the Leafkin, and they added these two tanks, right? So in order to get the mouse, it used to be Tiger P to 45A to 45B to mouse, all right? What they did was they dropped the mouse and gave it its own tank line, added a Tier 9 version of the mouse, a Tier 8 version of the mouse, and when they dropped the mouse, they added the Panzer 7. And so the mouse is pretty much the most armored vehicle in the game, minus the Type 5. As far as German tanks are concerned, this thing is the bomb. E100, the only thing that's good about it is it's got the elephant gun. The elephant gun's good, but the armor on the E100 sucks donkey balls. People can just shoot through my tracks and hit my hull. And ammo rack me in the back of the head, and there's too much forward lower plate, the weak spot of the German tanks. So let's talk about this. All right, that's the regular gun. All right, that's the stock gun. That's the same gun that's on the mouse. It's got good penetration, not a whole lot of alpha, but it gets the job done. Okay, there's the armor profile. Okay. The weakest part of this tank is right there. Everybody knows how to kill an E100 now. Shoot it at its lower plate. Now, that plate's 150 millimeters. 175 regular. Alright. Upper hull is impenetrable. Don't be mistaken. That little yellow strip on top of the hull, it's angled like this. You're still gonna auto bounce. It's 150 millimeters, and it's at like a 2-degree angle. It's an auto bounce. The red is amazing. The yellow on the bottom, that is horrible. You can barely see it. You see the angle on that yellow part? It's like this. It's an auto bounce zone. This, on the other hand, the lower plate is like this. Anybody can get through there if they've got the right amount of penetration on their guns. Now, this side armor, it's 70 millimeters of spaced, followed by 120 on the sides. My side armor is supposed to be impenetrable because it's got this curve to it, and it's spaced. But apparently people are getting through the sides now, so now it's not even worth it. Why is there even armor plate on the bottom here? Why? What's it going to protect you against? And you have your standard 120 on the 100 millimeters. That's 100 on the sides. There's the 150. And then that, and then the gun mantle. I've seen some tier 10 and tier 9 TDs be able to get through that, so don't ask me why. This is impenetrable, but people are doing it, so whatever. Alright, so that's the armor profile. Picture this. Now let's go over here. Yeah. So there's the lower plate on the mouse now. It is 200 millimeters thick. Yeah. Good luck getting through that. The side and rear of the turret is 220. Yeah. That's what I call armor. That gun mantle, it's 231 plus. It's 250 millimeters. On top of the fact that it's curved. Now, this used to not be a thing. The mouse didn't used to have that roundish turret on the front. I'm talking years ago. When this tank first came out, it had a flat turret, and it just had a lot of armor on it. What they've done, they've lessened the armor and then curved it up a couple years ago. So now that that thing is curved with that much armor, that thing is nearly impenetrable. Maybe the BL-10 gun can get through there. Maybe. And you have to hit it square on that middle flat plate, because if you hit on the top or the bottom, it's going to bounce. Why does it have 230 millimeters on the bottom of the tank? What? Wargaming? Save on the weight. Make that like 5. No reason that needs to be that thick. Okay? So, that's good. Check this out. This is where your ammo rack usually is located. Where's the ammo? Yeah, there's the ammo. All right, so the ammo on the mouse is on the back of the head, and just below it on the turret. All right, let's look at the armor. This is the Citadel. The Citadel belt protects the lower ammo racks from getting hit in the sides. This gentleman is 175 millimeters. That's the lower part of the hull. So that's 150. That's the spot to hit the mouse, back of the head, or bottom of the back of the turret, back of the body. Lower space armor is 120 mil. The turret ring is 70 millimeters. That's bull. It's so dumb. Look at all this extra spaced armor. Holy cow. Oh, snap. Are those weak spots? Those are weak spots on this. Look at the lower plate. See that little sleeve right there? That's where you need to hit the mouse. And of course, the track's top of the tank. So you need to hit the mouse down there where the headlights are, on the little piece next to the lower glacis, down low, or oh, the rangefinder isn't even a weak spot. Okay, that's good. Or you need to hit those cyan-colored telescopes on top of the tank. That is a really tough target to hit, especially at range. But those are your only points now. That's what you got to hit it. Alright, so recap. So, see how much armor this thing has? Now, the only way to make the E100 viable is to load the whole tank up with heat rounds. It's the only way to make that the elephant gun do damage, because the penetration on the elephant gun is horrible. The 150 mil. So that gun is terrible. So if you don't want to use the elephant gun because you don't want to use premium ammo, you have to drop down to the stock turret, or the stock gun, which is this. It's 128. It's the max gun on the E75. So we drop down to the E75's gun, stick it on the turret. It's got a lot of penetration. It doesn't have the average damage on the E75 is 750. This thing is 530, 537. Penetration is 207. The penetration on the elephant gun is like it's terrible. It's bad. So that's the armor profile. Packages. So all right. So 246 versus 246 750 versus. Here's the stock gun. Wait. Did they make the gun better? 246, 750 versus the L55 gun. I mean, I know I haven't played for 6 months, but like L. There it is. E75's max gun. Anyway. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, the armor profile. Look how weak this armor is compared to the mouse. And the E100 is only slightly faster than the E100. The gun's better. At least 107, 350. Yeah, okay, so it is the same gun. Okay. So, okay, this is what used to happen. Okay. This was the problem. So, the stock gun on the E100, the 128 L55, is the same gun on the mouse. Now, here's the problem. When we go up to the 150, they must have buffed these numbers, because this gun wasn't this good before. Oh, that's what they did. You mother effers. Alright, so when we first got the E100 3 years ago, I got my E100 3 years ago. So within the last year, this gun has been upgraded, and no one's told me about it. Because what used to happen was the penetration on this gun used to be the penetration of the other gun. Right? The stock gun, the one on the mouse, was 246 and only had 530 damage. This one had 200 penetration and 750 damage. No, wait. No, it was 232. That's what it was. This gun had 232, and the stock gun had 246. They dropped the stock gun to 107, or the 207, and bumped this gun up. And when they did that, they lowered its accuracy. This used to be 0.37 accuracy. Now it's 4. It's god-awful now. So they lowered its accuracy and updated the pen. Of course, I find all of this crap out after I sell the damn tank. I used to have this tank when this gun sucked. I've already sold it, and I've already spent the money. Whatever. I still think the survivability is better, because the more you stay alive, the longer you have to annoy your enemy teammates. Give your team a chance to flank the enemy. So for the record, the 150 is actually a good gun now. I can't justify the armor on the E100 because it sucks. But, you know, the problem is I don't have any teammates that actually know how to use the E100 to their advantage. They want to cock block me and prevent me from getting forward and using my huge derp gun on people. And then they wonder why, you know, we lose. It's because you guys wouldn't let me up front where I need to be. So, and again, the E100 is only slightly faster than the mouse. I'd rather drop the gun and drop the speed to increase survivability. If I can't live long enough to deal damage to the enemy, then there's no reason to play the tank. And I had to rock heat rounds on this thing because that penetration used to be horrid. It used to be bad. Like, you're looking at me and you're lying to yourself thinking, that gun's always been like that about bullshit. I'm the one that had this tank before you? Yeah. I remember it. This gun used to do 232 and the other one used to have 246. And that's why I was always packing heat rounds, because the stock penetration sucked. Well, they must have bumped it when I wasn't paying attention. So, future reference, now that you guys have got your U100s and your brand new version of the L38, You don't have to run heater anymore. You can just run stock. You're not going to be able to pen an E3 or a T95. But is it worth five grand a shot? I don't think so. Not if you're doing 200 damage. That's how you lose money in this game. Missing your premium shots, bouncing your premium shots, and doing little to no damage to offset the cost of the shell. If you're not doing 750 damage on a target when you pen them, you just wasted 5 grand. Or 48, it's 4,800, but unless they bumped it up to 5,300 last time I checked. It's not worth the 5 grand, seriously. So, I dropped the E75 and the E100 like a hot rock, and my Tiger 2. Because the mouse versions, were better. The reason why I got my E100 first is because I'm going to blame you, Mighty Jingles. I'm going to blame you. You convinced me the E100 was better than the mouse, and I fell for it. It sucks. So now I have to backtrack. I have to go back on my word. And I got rid of the E100. I got rid of the E75. I got rid of my Tiger 2. And I don't have the Tiger because I dropped that like a hot rock. A really hot rock. Because that tank sucks. It's a glass cannon. Look at this. Look at this. Look how thin that armor is. This is a tier 7 heavy tank. That armor sucks. It's bullshit. Versus this bad boy. Now, right off the bat, you're going to see something major. Obviously, the red. But most importantly, this gun mantle. See this? It's 150 millimeters. Okay. That frontal armor plate. Look how heavy that armor is. Now, the cyan plate in the middle of those reds, look how angled that is. It's like this. That's an auto bounce zone. Even though it's super thin, it's an auto bounce because it's so angled. That lower plate, that's where you need to hit the Tiger 2, or in the cheeks, on either side of that red plate. That cupola is actually pretty well armored for being a Commander Hatch weak spot. Actually, Commander's Hatch, because it's actually easier to shoot the back of the turret, the back of the hull, or the side of the tank, instead of trying to shoot that cupola. This tank's used for barrel stuffing. So, I dropped my tier 8, 9, and 10 because the mouse line is now better. I don't think I can justify these tanks. These tanks are just full of crap. The 45A and the 45B. Now this thing's got some meat to it, but the problem is you have to go through this tank to get to it. This tank sucks. Just saying. Now, I've been told this tank is really good. But I don't have the time nor the patience to go find out. Again, that cyan plate's like this. It's an auto bounce zone. I would be sketchy to kind of... I wouldn't try to wallbang this. Most of the tanks that this thing's going to be fighting up against, it's not long enough to side scrape. I mean, if you were top tier, you could probably side scrape and get away with it. but if you're in a tier 10 match, you're done. Oh wait, it is a tier 10 match. That means it's horrible for side scraping. The mouse could side scrape. This thing could side scrape very well, actually. Even though it's rear mounted turret, check out that turret armor. You ain't getting through there. At that angle, this is the side scrape angle, by the way. The wall's like right there. You turn your turret, you shoot, you turn it away. No one's going to be able to hit you. You're going to be getting unstoppable. So, I liked this tank. Notice I still have my Mark of Excellence on it. The second tank to get its Mark of Excellence, the first one was the Tiger II. My Tiger II and my E75 are the only two tanks that are my Germans that have my Mark of Excellence on them. And my first two that I got it. Then why did you get rid of the tank? You're so good with it, David. Well, that armor. That side turret armor sucks. And fighting an E75 now is peanuts. Everybody knows how to kill these things. It's not even worth it. So, I've heard really terrible things about the Panther and the Panther II. These two tanks have the worst gun selections in the history of the world. Is this the... Yeah, this is the comedy gun. Yep. The L100, the comedy gun. It's a super thin barrel, but it's super freaking long. Does literally no damage. 240 damage? Are you kidding me? That's 320. It's technically not terrible. Then which is the one that sucks, then? Oh, this one. Yeah, okay, this is the one that sucks. The Tiger 1 with the comedy gun. This thing is garbage. 135 damage. Versus 240. That's... Tiger 2 is okay with the comedy gun. But the Panther 1, this thing sucks. That is horrible. That is a terrible gun. Give it 200 damage, for heaven's sakes. At least. Make it at least comparable. 150. This gun is... It's the only gun to use, because it's the only thing that's got the penetration. Unless you want to go 105 derp. With no upgraded turret, or engine, or tracks. Well, you have the upgraded tracks. But you don't get your upgraded radio, and you don't get the upgraded... it's not worth it. The Panther sucks. A terrible tank. So, there's that. So yeah, long story short, I need to work on my Tiger P after the TankBowl, so I can get my... this is the replacement for the Tiger 2, this is the replacement for the E75, and this is the replacement for the 100. So, there's that. While we're doing that, working on my Jagdpanzer 4 to get my J Panther, so I can get my this thing. This is what I'm gonna call the cookie cutter. This thing Oh my. Okay, so it's a tank destroyer. It's got a narrow cone of vision. Boop, 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 boop. That's it. But this thing can almost one-shot kill most tanks. 1,100 damage? Oh yeah. Let's say 1,000. Let's low roll for 1,000. I'm still gonna almost one-shot everything. Let's low tier. This thing is a monster. Yeah, it's got a narrow cone of vision. Yeah, who cares? It's 2. So it has the same armor profile as the E100. Okay, so this thing has the same armor profile as an E100. So low front, so lower plate and sides. Now the sides, I mean, it's rough, but you could do it with a good enough gun, because you have to get through the 70mm spaced, and then the 120. You'd have to get through the 120. It would be tough, but it's doable. But yeah, this thing just looks like a German war machine. Look at this thing. You see this coming? You don't want to be anywhere near this thing. Anyway, so that's that. I am so glad Wargaming left us this. The computer people, they got this taken away from them. Now, this thing is super weak, except it's an autoloader and it can one clip. This thing could side scrape. Sort of. Not with that turret, though. It's 1mm thick. Lol. I think it's actually like 10. It's like 10mm. It's literally Garbo. But that's why. That turret is the weakest part of this entire tank. I like how people are hovering in midair. Yeah, right. But I'm so glad they left this in the game. I will be going for that eventually. I'm on the Borsig, but I sold it because I sold the Borsig the moment we found out that they were going to replace the waffle trigger with the grill. When I learned that they were going to do this, I sold it. Because I was like, I'm not going to do it. Then, come to find out, they actually were going to let us have both. So now I'm kind of like, great. Now I need another 2.8 million to rebuy my Borsig so I can work on the waffle trigger. Whatever. Now, this thing's a pipe dream. This probably will never be mine, because this thing is ridiculous. Ah, look at that armor. It's garbage. Everything else sucks in this thing. Alright, so there's that. LR44, because I'm going for 50B. Alright. I gotta go do some other things. See y'all later.